Here's my review of The Penguin episode 5. I thought this was another really good episode, although I didn't enjoy it as much as the previous episode. It was still really good. And what I liked about it was just really just more just the character moments between all of these just really interesting characters. Like, I think that there's a beautiful scene between Oz and his mother. And you could tell how much he cares about her, which is just so interesting because, like, you're humanizing. I won't really say humanize. Like, you still, like, Oz is very clearly still a bad person. But I feel like the fact that, like, he's not completely heartless, like, he still cares about people. Well, at least his mother. Like, it just provides that it makes it more realistic, and which is such a realistic take on the Batman. And which I just really like these scenes. I think where this episode just isn't really as good is the episode, like, the parts with Sophia, like, and her subplot with the Maronis. I didn't find it as interesting, which is unfortunate because I really like Sophia as a character. But I just didn't particularly find her storyline as interesting as Oz's, for example. Even though I still liked it. Like, this episode's still good. And one of, like, the main things that happens in this episode is Oz basically instructs Victor to get his mother out of town because he knows that there's, like, it's not safe for her. And I really liked it. Like, Victor as a character is so fascinating. Like, he's so, like, I don't know why I haven't really cracked it. Like, I don't know why he's so likable, even though he's working for a terrible person. It's just very interesting. Like, you almost kind of want to see him succeed, and you want to see the Penguin succeed, even though you don't, like, you know what he's doing is bad. That's what's just so interesting about this show, is, like, you're rooting for a character that you shouldn't really be rooting for. And it's really fascinating. And it's so interesting how you're seeing how Oz is just destroying these crime families, especially where in this episode, spoiler alert, I mean, all my reviews are spoilers, but he kills Nadia Maroney, just, like, burns her alive, and it's just crazy. Because, you know, like, this is a terrible person. Like, it's just so cool to see the brutality of villains, just completely unfiltered. It's just so fascinating. And especially when you're dealing with villains that are as fascinating as Batman villains. I think that's why, like, Penguin works and Joker works, as opposed to, like, the Venom movies, for example. Even though I like the Venom movies, but it's like at least with Penguin, like, he very clearly is a villain, and they don't try to make him sympathetic. And I just think it's great. And it's cool, like, basically at the end, they kind of see how Penguin's getting more of his own lair. And I think it's just very, like, in the sewer, and it's very interesting. Very kind of Batman Returns, where he kind of, like, works in the sewer. I think it's very interesting. I really liked it. So yeah, I don't really have that much to say about this episode in particular. Like, I liked it, but I wouldn't really say it's as strong as the other episode. It's still good. I still think that the show is overall fantastic, and I think that this episode was still good. I just don't really think there's that much to say, because it does feel like a relatively simplistic episode in comparison to the rest, but it was still a solid episode.